Okay, I guess it is now being recorded, so I'll just quickly start. Today, I'll not take more time sharing about this initiative. Welcome, everyone. And this is an initiative called as Saturdays for Sustainability Learning, with a focus with a goal to learn sustainability topics in a holistic manner. So that's what is the goal for this meeting. So why it should be clear? So why is this is a mastermind group? Very clear, and it's nothing but a peer-to-peer mentoring, helping each other to understand the concept, and that's the purpose of this group. These are the four outcomes that you can see on the screen, which we will try to explore during this session, and I hope that is something that you are also interested into. And the idea behind this initiative, behind this session is DIkW pyramid, which is data, information, knowledge, wisdom. So in today's time, we have more data, more information than possibly we can consume in our normal day-to-day life. So, but what we lack is knowledge and wisdom, the application part of it. So that's what we will try to explore in this session, and which can only come from experience. And second is discussion, question and answer is the best way to learn, and that's how you all are encouraged to share your experiences, your learnings, and your thoughts during this session. So it's not an expert session; it's collaborative, collective exploration, I would say, which is a non-judgmental forum. So please, you can share whatever input you have. So feel free to do that. And just to ensure the sustainability of your joining, so if you have registered just one time, that's enough. You don't have to register again. But when you register, you will receive calendar invite, and that's how you will get reminders and you will get notifications, which will ensure that you get all the necessary information for the future sessions. So if you haven't, so please do let me know, connect with me so that I can register you. All right. And if you want to support, you can pay whatever you like, and I'll share this more details in the group. But it's not mandatory. If you want, you can. All right. So with uh, today's topic that we had in mind was 20 key concepts of sustainability, and I'm just sharing one link to you in this chat where I would like you to rank the sustainability topics, and I'll share that on screen just a minute. So give me a minute, and I hope you can see in WhatsApp. I have shared the link already, and I'll share that on my screen as well. Give me just a minute. So if you have joined from computer or laptop, this would be easier to attempt. Otherwise, for mobile, I guess there is some issue. Just you want to remember the rank that you have assigned. That's it, because you have very narrow window over there on mobile. So what we will do, the registration or putting your email address is not mandatory. So if you want to skip, you can skip that. Just and just the issue, just the thing is why I'm taking it. Whoever want all this analysis on their email address, I can send it. Okay. So these are the around 30-35 sustainability topic list that you can see on the screen. What you have to do is you have to rank it in such a way that it is gradual. Let's say uh, whatever the first skill that you will select from this, so you think that that is the most important, and in this way, in gradual, let's say descending order, you will assign the topic. So and you can assign only one rank to one topic. So you cannot assign, let's say, first rank to two. It will show you an error. Please don't select more than one response per column. So you have to just select one rank. So what I would request is you can read all the topics first, and then accordingly you can mark the rank first, second, third in this way, whatever you want to. And if you think that there is some topic which is not mentioned over here and which is very important, so you can do so in the comment section in the next question, where you can add the concept and the rank that you want to assign for that particular topic or concept. I hope it is clear. Do let me know if you require any input, any support in this. Is it okay? I'll also
Yeah,
do
it
so
is
from
okay,
my mobile.
Sanjay.
Yeah, okay, great.
Dhananjay sir, but all the topic they seems very overlapping. Like it is very difficult to distinguish one from the other.
So in that case, you can select either of two, or whichever you feel that that will represent it in a better way. So you can
I
select that.
can take as per my personal perspective. I can choose one, two, three, four, five, but I think that will be the common doubt.
Yeah, yeah, because this will be subjective. Everyone will
Yes,
have their own, let's say, way of interpreting.
yes.
Yeah, just one query, ranking for future class discussion or to find out importance of ESG reporting. So why we are doing it, I'll just give you clarity. So it's not about, means primarily I didn't thought of it as uh, for the future sessions, but that's a good idea that you have given. Primary thought process was, let's say everyone is confused about which are the different concepts, and sustainability is a very very wide concept, right? So what we want to do is, as per your personal insights, your personal thought process, which are the top 20 skills that you think are must? And if we just divide it, let's say top 5 or top 10 skills, so that will be, if everyone agrees to that skills, that concept, then we can be sure that these are the few things that if we master, we will get most of it. Let's say we will be expert into sustainability. So you have to, as I have written it in description, these concepts are to be selected in such a way, if any person masters this top 20 concepts, he or she will become an expert in sustainability as per you. So you have to select in this way. Okay, wonderful. And this is a great suggestion that we can also plan future sessions on this concept. So that's wonderful. All right. So I'll also mark my response on screen so that you can also see how we can do it. I guess it is little bit difficult, right? For mobile, I'm sure it would be little bit difficult. I'll check if there is any alternative. Okay, so we can see the responses. Okay. All right. So meanwhile, we will get the response. I'll share my 20 list, which I thought uh, before starting this session. Okay. So that we will see what are the different topics and how they evolve. So meanwhile, you can select your topic, then we can start the discussion. Okay. I hope you can see my screen now, and these are the top 20 concepts that I think which are important. And for for clarity, I must confess that I haven't marked them in a sequence of importance, but overall, I put it in a coherent way to explain to understand. So I'll just quickly share what is my list. Okay, so first thing, I feel that understanding a little bit about sustainability definition and what it is, it's important. So what is the definition and how do we implement it? How do we appreciate its practical understanding in personal professional life? So that is something that I want to share with first. That is definition of sustainability. Second is triple bottom line, which is understanding the interrelationship between this social, environmental, and economic. So I simply say it as CSEE, social, environmental, and economic. And it is also called as triple bottom line or three pillars. And it's nothing but understanding all the three pillars and how they interact with each other. That will give more insight about what sustainability is in a wholesome way. Third is understanding the impact of different activities, and this is very important that every activity that we have that has an impact on environment. But how do we ensure that we don't have negative impact which will compromise the, let's say, environment, or which will compromise the uh, social or environmental integrity in a long term. So that is something that we need to ensure. The next thing is climate change, because and even today I can see with the kind of response for the post on YouTube channel some people give, they feel that climate change is not reality. But it is so that we have been seeing in our day-to-day lives as well every year. Uh, in a rainy season, or whether it's in summer, we can see the water scarcity or the temperature rise. So that's very common sight for all of us. So climate change is very significant in terms of understanding how, at a collective level, we have changed the earth and the ecosystem. And under climate change, I would like to add the mitigation and adaptation as well. Fifth is resource conservation. When we talk about practically or at professional level doing something, so first thing that we can do is reduce the resources or reuse or recycling. So that is something that comes in resource conservation. And one simple question that can give us some insight is, can we achieve the same outcome, same output by reducing the resource consumption? So if we can, then I guess it is somehow better to the environment. Then sixth is renewable energy. We all know that transitioning to renewable energy is very essential in view of the non-renewable resources, the scarcity, and the rising prices of it. And the second sentence that you can see is, when we look at the entire life cycle, the whole perspective, I see it as the total energy consumption somehow give us the idea of sustainability if somehow we can tap in the entire life cycle of the product or process. And this is a very wonderful activity and game-based workshop that I conducted, which give a lot of insight on this. But somehow it's not possible to conduct online. But in short, uh, internalizing the, let's say, external cost. So we throw the waste, we throw everything outside, right? So recycling of that requires some effort, cleaning requires some effort, so that is externalization, and the energy is also expended in that activity as well. So if somehow we can capture entire things, we can see that a minimum energy spent would be a sustainable and environment friendly in long term. So that is something that I would like to share over here. Next is the circular economy, very practical application in industries. So it's an alternative to the traditional linear model that we have: take, make, and dispose, or waste. So in circular economy, there is a no concept of waste. Everything is a resource. Waste of one product is a resource of another, and in that we can add biomimicry, because we are trying to learn from nature. In nature, there is no waste. So how can we do it? Yes. Rudrash, can you please clear this question also? If possible, please also explain physical risk and transitional risk in case of energy transition. Yes. Uh, in renewable energy, you had asked this question, right? If
Yes, I had come to a point. In CDP, while I was filling a CDP form, there I got this question: ki what is the physical risk and transitional risk? If you have identified, then explain about it and how you are planning to mitigate it. So I wanted to know that in case of energy, so there are definitely going to be some monetary requirements that you need to assign for
right.
when you are, and for that probably you will be facing some losses, not losses, but little less profit. So
Right.
something I was, so if you can explain what are these actually physical risks and transitional risks, was that
Mhm,
I was asking.
mhm. So what I see, energy transition, it's very understandable that we want to move from non-renewable to renewable resources, and that has, let's say, solar or wind or even new technologies like hydrogen or the new fuels that we want to explore. Even I just read water, running on water, engines running on water. So that is also in news. But what I see is the transitional risk is, uh, and basically I see systems thinking is the one of the central idea, or life cycle thinking. If you see, let's take an example of solar. All of us, or most of the people, think that solar is, let's say, without a doubt, without a question, it's a renewable energy, and it's definitely for 101% it's helping the environment. But that would not be a correct statement, in a sense that in during this transition also, we have a lot of solar panels or a lot of these technology, even battery technology, that's not evolved completely. And in transition, there are associated risk as well. So we will get to know that, because solar has a lifespan of 15 years. So maybe we will get to know about it by 2030 or onwards, how it is impacting the overall environment. Do we have the necessary infrastructure to recycle and to handle that kind of waste, the kind of batteries or mobiles or such kind of devices that we have? So I guess a transitional risk would be uh, one of them. I would also like to invite other experts in the session also, if you would like to add anything, any
Well,
insight.
there are two type of risk. The transitional risk is the risk which we face during the transition. It may be due to the regulation, due to the technology. So while we are transitioning from one phase to another, say for example, we are transitioning from these fossil fuels to renewables. So what are
Mhm.
the technological risks? Or the maybe the regulation will change, or they will favor one kind of thing, and then so different type of transitional risk are there. The physical risk is the I think the direct impact or the physical impact of climate change. For example, some sudden this thing flood comes, or extreme weather events. So these kind of physical things that will impact the business, these comes under this thing, physical risk. So these are
Right,
the two categories. Yeah.
right.
So this is my
So
understanding. Yeah.
Yeah, so in physical risk, can we take the example of, let's say, there was a earthquake in Japan, right? Fukushima nuclear plant, right?
Yeah,
Earthquake or,
Fukushima. Yeah.
yeah, earthquake or not? I'm not sure, but there
Yeah,
was
we can
some
take
disaster.
earthquake also,
Yeah,
any kind of natural calamity or disaster. So business, they need to account that possibility of that thing, because this is also because of the climate change. So you need to account that in your business, like while developing scenarios, you need to consider that those things also. So
right.
that comes under physical risk.
Yeah,
So actually, I
and
did one physical risk assessment. If you want, I can show it.
great, great, Anuj. Please go for it.
Yeah, wait a minute, I'll share my screen.
Yeah, I hope you can share. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah, this is how we do a physical climate risk assessment. So TCFD, CDP are like they require to do like physical and transitional risk. So we do it like the degree of we do it like degree of hazard and its occurrence or like vulnerability. So like
Hmm.
different types of hazard, like earthquake. We like categorize them in different how they are most how they how much they are likely to occur and their uh, like their degree of hazard, like high,
Right.
medium, low. So I did for these five places during one of my internship. So
Hmm.
this is how we do it.
Wonderful.
So we use
Wonderful.
like different kind of data sites. For example, WRI, World Bank, Resource Watch. So I used multiple kind of like what I would say I might have somewhere. Oh, no, I don't have the data sources where I took it. So we analyzed based on that the likelihood and we do. I didn't do the transitional risk because it was a little bit difficult to do transitional risk because we actually don't know what policies are going to come. So predicting them and doing transitional risk is a bit difficult, but physical risk is easy. So this is how the final what we have to submit to TCFD looks like this.
Hmm. And do you also have any quantification for this risk?
Quantification, no more.
Why I'm asking
Like,
is, if you have
hmm,
any one of you have seen failure mode effect analysis, FMEA, or
hmm.
it's a, for product or process. For process also similar way that happens. Yeah, so as I can see comment from Sony, is there a weightage applied for each class of risk? Yeah, that's why I was asking about FMEA, failure mode effect analysis, where they give the weightage and rating for
Yeah, yeah.
each of the, let's say, risk.
Risk
Uh,
from
yeah,
1 to
and
28, I
and
think.
and also it captures the, let's say, likelihood also, and on the second rating they also calculate the extent of damage. Like earthquake would be on a much higher side, let's say 9 or 10 on the rating, while let's say any small issue with the plant, so that would be around 1 or 2. So in this way they also rank, and there is a systematic process developed for that. So maybe we can see. But yeah, thanks so much. Rudrashit, do you want to
Yeah,
share?
yeah. The this physical risk assessment was good, and also similarly, I think I have yeah, gone through metrics yeah, assessment, materiality assessment probably. So there also they share that what is material for you, that if it falls under the category of 10% of your revenue, or something of your turnover, or 20% of your turnover, or 50%, or your business is going to shut down. So according to that, you select what is materiality assessment for you. So similarly, I have also seen, I don't remember in which resource I had seen this risk assessment also. So they used to have this key, if likely, if it occurs once in a year, then it's like moderately likely to occur, or if it happens. So if you remember any source like that, then please do share with us.
Yeah, sure. I'll also look for it, and if I get, I'll share in group. Okay.
I think I saw it in um, I don't know, but I am recently going through a lot of resources for
Mhm.
any sustainability reporting for one client. So there I had seen, and I couldn't collect key which exactly resources was that, but I am expecting it to be TCFD or ISSB, some sort, or MSCI, something I saw.
And I think Dhananjay sir, there is this thing now, internal carbon prices, the shadow carbon prices. I think that is company that they are putting for transitional risk. So that is one mechanism, internal carbon pricing.
Okay, just a minute. I'll share my screen so that we can explore it together. Yeah, shadow carbon pricing methodology.
When company they want to check whether they need to move to a green project or they should stay with the current project, at that time they put this shadow carbon price. So this is the thing that I know.
Okay. Okay, I couldn't get directly these two things, means, the risk assessment and shadow pricing. But yeah, we can explore it. I think.
Priyanka, is it possible that you can shed some light on what actually is shadow carbon pricing?
Uh, Sir, actually, I took certain interviews. So during those interviews, I heard these terms. So the respondent they told me that their company they are putting carbon prices so that they can check whether to move for green power or should stay with the current fossil-based power. So they just want to give that quantification. They put some carbon prices like for I don't know how to.
Yeah.
So this is the shadow thing. They are not actually putting carbon pricing. So they put some price. Okay, so this much carbon they will. If they are producing this much carbon, they have to face. So uh, like by considering all the future scenarios, they are putting some shadow prices. So to compare, okay, whether to move to the green project or to stick with the current project. So this is something like that. So I don't know exactly what is it.
So Mahindra has their internal carbon pricing. So
This
around
company,
ten
Jindal Steel.
dollars, $10 for 1 ton of carbon. I think you can find it in their sustainability report. I have not seen it. I have heard it from their CSO.
So
Okay, just a
JSW
minute.
also has this thing. So I interviewed some person from JSW Steel. He told me this.
That's a interesting information. Or we should go to Mahindra's website. Let's see.
Yeah, they might have in their sustainability report. $10 I heard.
Mhm.
So they
But if it
invest
is
those.
internal,
Yeah,
would they be publishing it or how? Or internal in the sense it's
I
just for
have
Mahindra?
like I think her CSO mentioned it. They have in their like I was listening to it, one podcast. So
Okay.
she mentioned there. I don't know they have it in their sustainability report. I think they should have it. I'll check.
Okay. Okay, but this is an
Maybe
interesting
In
topic. Yeah.
in JSW they are having. They showed it in their sustainability report as well. I checked it. So if you can,
So should we check JSW sustainability report?
yes, sir.
maybe what
This
happens that in while submitting your CDP response, na, you have to show that what are the cost or risk risk related to the uh, future cost related to the risks, so related to
yes.
climate or water, so you have to assume that this much loss you'll be making, so probably carbon pricing also when you assume then to be $10, so probably that's how you can quantify ki how much um, carbon emission cost
Page
you
number
might
23
have
on
to pay.
Mahindra's report, you can see it.
Page number 23. Okay.
On Mahindra.
Okay.
Mahindra to
So
2030 to 2023 report.
just a minute. Mahindra.
Yeah, Mahindra. 20 to
Sustainability report
23.
2023, right?
23, yeah. Page number 29.
Page number 28, right?
999.
29.
29.
Yeah, carbon pricing. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay.
They have
So
mentioned it. They have carbon pricing of $10
we have
per
established
ton
an
CO2.
internal carbon pricing mechanism. A carbon price of $10 per ton of CO2 emitted has been implemented, and we have been investing in innovative technologies and processes to enhance energy efficiency. Okay, that's great. Serves
So they
multiple
calculate and
purposes.
they invest in some sustainable initiatives. What they get internally.
Yeah, it's important because in a conventional business also they have to justify it, right? Cost benefit
Yeah.
analysis is there, or what is there? What do we say in financial
Social
terms?
cost benefit.
Social cost benefit or financial returns, how this initiative, how much they should spend.
Yeah, so they are checking whether it is economically feasible or not to move to the
Mm,
other or green or sustainable technologies or this thing, new products.
yeah,
Similarly, for probably CBAM from 2026, they also might have to purchase some carbon credits also, no? So I think
right.
I have heard that credits also cost same $10 per credit.
Mm-hmm. All right. I haven't seen the cost, but yes, that would be logical. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. So carbon pricing, it seems that it's very interesting topic that we can explore. Okay. All right. Let's come back. Okay, so I guess we had discussed circular economy. So it's minimizing waste at design phase itself. How do we reduce or make zero waste? So that's something which is important. Then biodiversity conservation. How do we conserve biodiversity? Looking at the current trend, and I will consider this second point also related to it because for rising population, currently we are 8 billion plus. Soon we will become 10 billion by 2050. So how do we support this many people with the food? So agriculture, and to get more agricultural land, uh, biodiversity or deforestation is something that we have to look into that light. So sustainable agriculture is important to provide nutritious food for all the people. Food security is one of the rising concerns. Also at geopolitical level, this is one of the reason for along with energy. So these are some of the important issues as well. Next is of course water conservation. Even some of the metro cities have announced that they have, let's say, zero water in summer. So I guess Copenhagen was one of the city or not. I'm not sure. I'm not remembering the exact name. But of course, in India, we can see Bangalore for water crisis in summer. All right. So next, some of the topics are social equity, how businesses also perceive this, how at policy level we have social equity and the quality of education and healthcare that we provide. Next is CSR, corporate social responsibilities, understanding the role of companies and yes, regarding water scarcity, yes, it's Johannesburg. Thanks, Sachin, for sharing that. Yeah, so how organizations can understand and appreciate their role in social upliftment or supporting the society. Then SDG, if we look at the global scale, global, national, and organizational scale. So we can break it down into these three levels as well. With the 17 sustainable development goals, how we can spread awareness at least and try to find out the ways to contribute to sustainable development. Next is urban planning and transportation. So these two we have to look at in tandem, because as we can see, the mega cities have been rising from last few decades, and with mega cities, sustainable urban planning is very important. So how do we build the cities which are sustainable in long term, and at the same time, how do we provide transportation facilities for people living in the cities and even in, I would say, in rural area as well. So how do we provide transportation options so that uh, air quality is not compromised, and also people's time is also utilized, because from first hand experience, and even I have also experienced in metro cities like Bangalore or Delhi or Mumbai, Pune. So the time required for traveling, if you are not using metro or local, it's very difficult to predict how much time you will require. In Bangalore, it is said that you don't know what time you will reach home. So if anybody is from Bangalore, you can share your first-hand experience. I don't live in Bangalore, but sometime when I went there for some work, so I have seen that, and people told me that we can't expect, we can't anticipate how much time it will take. Is it true? Anybody has that experience?
Sir, I don't know about this
Uh,
thing Bangalore, but I am experiencing the same thing in Gurgaon. So
But the best thing is the metro. What I have seen in Delhi and Bangalore, so metro is very convenient. So public
yeah, but
transport is very important in sustainable transportation.
yes.
All right, so let's move. I'll quickly complete this 20 and I'll open it for discussion so that you can also share your list on any concept that you want to share. Next, very important thing is understanding life cycle impact, LCA life cycle assessment, understanding the concept and how to see it in a let's say entirety, just not focusing on it's called as gate to gate or uh, cradle to cradle, cradle to grave. So these are multiple things, but understanding from the genesis to the west, the the last phase as well. Looking at it is very important. Next
Dhananjay
is
sir,
and yeah,
can we do this thing? There are two software. One is Gabi and the other is SEMA Pro for LCA.
right,
So can we
right.
do some demo kind of thing for these? Like if anybody has expertise in that, so
Hmm.
we can
Sure,
take some example of plastic or some particular product and do LCA for that.
sure,
Is
sure.
it possible?
We can.
Yeah.
Sure, let's explore this. Because the last time also I had a discussion with someone who had used these tools and wanted to do it. So I'll just check it once more. Okay. Next is environmental regulation, and I will take ESG, BRSR, all the laws also in this. So the role of government and the policy level intervention are very important in sustainability. Understanding it and using it in the right way. So that's something which is very important. Next is stakeholder engagement. To what I believe, if there has to be a sustainable thing, or if there has to be a successful change, it has to be with all the stakeholders involving into it. Otherwise, it will lead to uh, a negative impact in the long term, or you will not be able to sustain that change for a long time. So, stakeholder engagement is very important. Along with that, education and awareness. And the last one is, once you do that, the outcome of this stakeholder engagement and education should lead into the collaboration and partnership, not only just theoretically discussing and educating people, but also providing the opportunities to collaborate and partner with each other to provide solution in a spirit of win-win-win. So it may be win for both the parties and at large to the environment or the world that we can see. And the last one that I can see, which encompass all these 20 concepts, is systems thinking. I have put it different because it provides a way to see the interdependence of all these 20 concepts or more concepts also. So systems thinking is very important as of now that I have arrive to the conclusion. So these are some of the topics that I feel once we understand, we would be a better sustainability professional. But I would also like to explore more and understand from you all what are your thought process and what responses that you have given. Let's see. I'll just share just a minute. Okay, I'll just quickly share what is the outcome of this quiz. If you haven't submitted yet, please do so. Okay. So we can see climate change. We have received 4 responses, and we can see climate change is coming around third, sixth, and around 13, 14 in the list. Okay. So this is the, as you can see. Okay. So more responses will give us a better idea, but this is what we can see. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll try to map it in a better way, but this is a trend that we can see. Okay. All right, so I'll open this for your input. If you would like to share any of your concept that you think which is most important for all of us to understand sustainability, please do share.
Hi, Dhananjay.
Yes. Hi. Good
Sahib this
evening.
side, and I'm new to this group, and this is a very interesting group that you have created. Thank you so much. So I was going through all the topics that you have shared, and just one thing I wanted to add in stakeholder engagement is the materiality. So before we develop any sustainability report, there is a materiality assessment that needs to be conducted. So this
Right.
materiality assessments will help us identify the important material topics that need to be put into the sustainability report. So we can discuss on how we can do single materiality, double materiality, because these are quite emerging concepts.
Right.
And as per GRI, there is a materiality assessment that needs to be done. But then, as per some recent regulations like CSRD, Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, there is double materiality, which takes into consideration impact and financial materiality, like what is the impact of the society and environment on the financial performance of the business. So we can cover such new topics and such new things so that we can get updated.
Yeah, sure. Uh, but we had discussed double materiality in one of the session. I'll share that link. You have joined the WhatsApp group, right?
Yes, I've joined the
Okay,
WhatsApp
okay.
group.
So,
I'll go through that. I didn't go through everything, so thank you so much.
so what I'll do, I'll share the all the topics and the sessions that we have conducted till now. But yeah, I also agree to you that there is a need to conduct more sessions on the topic as well. So yeah, your feedback is really valuable. So we'll plan soon. Whatever we missed in that, if you can go through and you can let us know, you would be a better person to tell us, because a new eye will catch what is remaining over there.
Great. Thank you.
Yes, wonderful. Any other topic, any other concept that
Sir, I think the cusp of or the interaction of digitalization and sustainability can be discussed. How digitalization will be helpful in achieving sustainability, or whether it is having some negative effects also.
right? So can we say as a technological solution, or you want to specify it with IT or
Like
AI,
blockchain,
ML?
IoT, ML, how it is impacting sustainability,
Mm, right.
because it is integrated in sustainability. Without it, we cannot achieve it. So how it
Mm.
is?
So just wanted to get more clarity for this point. So you want to say that if someone understands technology in the sense of artificial intelligence or machine learning, they will be in a better position to understand the entire sustainability. Is that what you want to say? Or
Yeah, this is one of the perspective,
okay.
and other is like it will help you, like the thing sustainability is a long term thing. So to continuous monitor that thing, you need technologies like which can monitor AI or blockchain, or which can have that, we can have the track and record of everything at one place. So how technology will be helpful in achieving sustainability? So that is my point.
Perfect. Perfect. Agree. And why I always say systems thinking is important, uh, if we do systems mapping of all these elements, one thing that will closely correlate is life cycle assessment. When we understand life cycle assessment LCA, there is a uh, great use of technology in that. And in second way, uh, if you want to understand the entire life cycle impacts of the products or processes, technology has been very crucial to analyze the huge database and present the tangible outcomes which were not possible for, let's say, few decades. But now with the help of technology, we can analyze huge data, and in real time we can get the idea. So technology, LCA, uh, environmental impact, so these we can have a close correlation with each other. And if we improve on one of them, we will also gain better understanding of the other as well. So yeah, thanks for adding that.
And so one more thing, like we have covered decarbonization, but if we'll go specifically for net zero, in that too, we'll go for scope 3 emissions, or what are scope 1, 2, 3, and what are the different categories under scope 3, and what are different ways. So this is in itself is a domain. So I think we
Right.
missed that also.
Right. Yeah.
I want to add with respect to that technology solutions for the sustainability. Basically, it can, as you rightly said, it can help in data analytics, particularly for the resource optimization, where we can utilize big data analytics so that we can monitor those resource uses and what are the inefficiencies. Also, for the when it comes to the industry part, the maintenance is one of the important things. So this kind of data analytics helps in the predictive maintenance, where we can able to predict what are the equipment failures are, and this helps in reducing the waste and help us in expanding the entire lifespan of our assets.
Wonderful.
Second thing, when it comes to the technology solution in sustainability, then I will talk about something called smart grids, where energy management, like a digital technologies, enables this kind of the for the better management of the energy distribution, particularly integrating the renewable sources and how we can balance the demand in the in the peak hours. Also, it helps in the demand response because smart grids allows for the real-time adjustment in the energy uses based on the availability and pricing. One more impact of digitization is on the supply chain transparency, where digital tools help us to track the end-to-end traceability of the products in the supply chain. Where Priyanka has said blockchain like technologies can be used, where we can have the entire traceability of the product and ensures that there is ethical sourcing and there is no fraud in the entire process, and there is sustainable logistics involved.
Right. Yes. Thanks for adding that, Sachin. It's really insightful. And just what I thought when you were sharing, so this also closely correlates with circular economy and what you shared. So let's say transparency in supply chain. There is one interesting concept that is coming as product passport or digital passport. So which is you will get the all the supply chain, and along with that you will get all the details regarding, let's say, the materials, the constituents of that product, how to recycle it, how to effectively uh, uh, retrieve the value out of it. So digital passport or product passport, so this is a wonderful concept that is emerging, and I guess Japan has started working it for some of the products over there. So this would be an interesting topic for us to explore as well. And as you rightly said, the productive maintenance, again, that we can link to circular economy because you are extending the life cycle of the product. So somehow these things are interrelated. Yes. Apart from whatever we discussed, is there any topic, any concept that you think that is important to understand sustainability? Please do share. Okay, net zero target is
So,
one.
uh,
Yeah.
I
Yes,
just had one suggestion. So,
Mhm.
see, there's a lot of things that are going on in the market right now, and we can discuss about some current affairs, especially with respect to sustainability, because as you may be aware, there is implication of CBAM in India. So these are
Right.
some of the topics that we can discuss: what the ministry is doing, what is the pipeline, how the companies are decarbonizing themselves. Say, for instance, in SEBI, there is a news that the chairperson of SEBI was involved in some sort of internal
Yeah.
conflict, as she was also a partner of some company like Agora, I think Agora Finance or Capital, I don't know. She owns
Right.
she has ownership in that company, and at the same time, she is also as a chairperson of SEBI and having her own employees work extended hours, and they are protesting outside the building, and she is earning from her other company as a partner, and once she has become chairperson, then she has transferred the ownership to her husband. So these are the things that we can discuss of current affairs, that what is actually happening on the ground, because as it comes from a regulating entity, it doesn't it's their responsibility to be the best in the market. If they're regulating others, then they need to be the best. So we
Yeah.
can discuss about the current affairs also, just to have a broader idea.
Sure, sure, sure. And that part, how we have included into these sessions, I'll just quickly share. Uh, but it would require participation from all of you. So, and I can see that is happening really great. So,
No,
this was the
this is
idea.
right. The example Saib has quoted it just an allegation, but
Mhm.
and both side has denied that. I mean to say the chairwoman has already denied it, right? Any involvement. So I'm not sure whether we should discuss that until and unless it is proven, right?
Yeah.
That is
Uh,
perfect. That is absolutely correct. I agree. We may not discuss it, but we can also discuss the allegations of other. Just an example, like let's say, for example, there were allegations of Adani also. So we can discuss that in detail. What is the allegation about? So that just to have a broader understanding on other aspects, because this is also linked with, in some way,
Like,
it is linked with.
So it
yeah,
will come under, I think, business ethics or something. I think so.
Correct,
I'm
correct,
sure.
correct.
that will be there. Yeah, Priyanka, you're right.
Governance.
yeah.
Yeah, governance
Governance.
and
Yeah.
business ethics.
So to do that, what we have started, but I couldn't follow up with all, so that was my uh, lacking over there as well. But I'll ensure that from next week we will have this. What we try to do, topic of the day, we will have one topic, and we will have some research report or some BRSR report, or as you were saying, some let's say news. Uh, I would not like to more focus on the controversy, because then it becomes a really issue with all of us contributing positively. Instead of that, let's say a news article or what is the latest thing that is happening in sustainability. For example, a product passport would be ideal case, right? So if
Great.
someone want to share for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, what is a product passport in short? That is back to basics. And in this way, we can conduct the session. Okay.
Dhananjay sir, did we
Excellent, excellent.
discuss EPR in past?
No,
Extended product responsibility.
no,
Extended
extended
producer
producer
responsibility.
Producer
responsibility, EPR.
responsibility, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think so. So we can have that topic as well.
Yeah.
I have worked extensively in EPR, so I
Okay.
may be able to help you in that.
Great, great, great. Wonderful, wonderful. So I would request you if you can just message me, or you can just put it in the group if you want to explore any of the topic, if you want to lead it. That would be a wonderful way, because then we can put a system, and we can ensure that it is taken regularly.
So
But
in
yes,
EPR, yeah,
mhm,
absolutely. So that is a very good chance for me to also be a part of this proactive discussion. So in EPR, there are a lot of industries it is covering. For example, waste tires, batteries, plastics. It is into so many things. So we can explore each standard one by one, and go through what are the obligations that are there on the companies, and because the producers, they have to be a part of the system with the recyclers. So how the
right,
producers will interact with the recyclers, what is the method of interaction, because the government creates certain portals. So as you may be aware, if there is a plastic, we can discuss it in a session and another time.
sure,
If If you want me to lead, I will definitely help you with it.
Sure, sure, sure. So I'll connect with you and we will discuss it. But yeah, thank you so much for volunteering for that.
We can
But
also
yeah,
have a discussion on green hydrogen. There was a conference that had happened this week in Delhi, and this is regarding the National Green Hydrogen Mission. So that is also related to sustainability. We can have some discussion on what is the policy and what are the benefits, the outlay, subsidy, and all those things the government is planning, and what are the companies that are involved, and what is the current pathway. We can all discuss all that.
sure, sure, sure. So from next week, what I'll do, for let's do in this way. The last 15 minutes, we'll keep it aside for the latest trend and news and the updates in sustainability, so that we can give emphasis to this. And along with that, we will plan a detailed, let's say, a session for this topic if there is any further scope. Like EPR is a very prominent topic which requires the entire session, so we can plan accordingly.
Great. And I actually attended EPR conference by Policy Times. So you can even check the YouTube Policy Times Chamber and Commerce. They release videos on, they have conferences where they have released the entire conference on EPR, and they have called uh, the the government, the CPCB, which has spearheaded the EPR regulations, so we can have a clear thought process, what is their thought process, what their expectations are from the producers, recyclers, because this is a very close knit community. How whatever producers are, so actually this is based on polluter pay principle, and
Right.
they are basically putting the onus on the producer that
Yeah.
producers, whatever they are producing, they have to buy certificates from the recyclers, and then the recyclers, once they recycle, they will get the certificates from the government. So the
Right.
producers and recyclers will interact with each other. And let's say, for example, if I want to buy one certificate as a producer, I'll give 1 rupee to the recycler, and I have to buy 1,000. It is based on the percentage wise of the quantity that I produce. So sabka they provide like, let's say, 30% of what you produced 2 years ago. That is the amount of
Right.
certificates I need to buy. So it is a
Mm.
huge, huge number that they have to purchase. It's a huge investment for all the companies.
Yeah.
And generally, in one of the latest regulations that has come out is the for the tires,
Yeah.
end of life tires, and so there is some lag between the amount of credits that are available and the producers actually buying them. So they are not currently, buying them at a proactive basis, and these are challenges at a developing stage. But this is a very innovative process. This is a very good topic. We can discuss
Yeah.
about all
Sure.
this.
Sure. Let's
I've
just
never seen
keep it as
this
a separate
anywhere
session.
outside.
Yeah. Yes. We had touched upon why EPR is required, but we haven't gone into detail. But yeah, that's a great topic. We will pick it maybe if possible for next week. If you're available, we can do that.
Yes, and I'll
Uh,
just like to add one more point.
yeah,
So,
please.
you know how it is linked. Let's say, for example, you check your BRSR. So, BRSR, let's say for any tire company, you can pick up, let's say, for example, Apollo tires.
Hmm.
So, you can check in their BRSR, they are saying their EPR and they are following EPR and all. So, they have to report it. Uh,
Right.
and this report, so we can then backtrace it if whether they are meeting that obligation or not. We can check all that also, but they have to
Right.
mention it as a regulatory requirement.
Right.
That may or may not mean that they are actually transacting with the recyclers. That is another story. But so in some way, I believe all this BRSR and all this ESG, they are not directly. They are just reporting the good parts. Sometimes I believe they're somewhat greenwashing, as you say. So
Yeah.
there is some sort of things that are there. When you go through the report, you will see
Right.
they're not completely
So
reporting
let's
all the.
agree. So we should require something like in Europe, I guess EPR is a mandatory for organizations. So and
Yes,
that's a
EPR is mandatory there. Yes.
so let's explore this maybe next week. But before ending today's session, because we have already spent 8 minutes more, if anybody would like to add any of your concept, any of your topic that you think is most important for sustainability understanding, you can share. Otherwise, we can stop here. Last chance for those voices we haven't heard yet. Okay, all right. So that was really wonderful discussion, and thank you so much everyone for your active participation. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, and we'll explore this in next week as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.